With more people creating startup companies, longer commutes, and high rents, a designated office building may be a thing of the past. That's why co-working spaces are becoming more and more popular, and they're sprouting up all over El Segundo. Co-working spaces, or flexible office spaces that don't lock you into a long-term lease or require a build-out, are shared by many different companies. A quick Google search pulls up at least a dozen of such places in El Segundo, some of which offer some amazing amenities. El Camp is among the first co-working spaces to open up in the South Bay. So Eric, tell us about the space.
It was inspired by a simple idea. Where would people want to come to work where they felt creatively inspired, they met interesting people, they might have developed new skills, grew their business, and have fun and look forward to coming back every day, kind of like going to camp, and thus we made El Camp.
El Camp is currently the hub for 225 members from 30 different organizations. There's a lot of work happening in this 50,000 square foot space, but here's the thing. It certainly doesn't feel like going to work.
We also chose an aesthetic sensibility that kind of feels more comfortable. We used more natural colors, and we actually hired a designer to go find kind of old vintage things. You'll see them all around the walls here.
I actually feel like I'm on vacation.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit like going to camp, but also like a northern Montana lodge feeling. Right. But it's all kind of just inspire you to feel a little bit more outdoors. And there's science behind when you feel like you're outdoors, it actually frees your mind and makes you more comfortable. And so we have a number of conference rooms where the walls are covered with giant murals wall to wall. And I don't know about everybody else, when I go in, I feel much more relaxed after having a little taste of outdoors.
Hey, there's even this secret room with a massage chair. But as far as actual workspaces, you have options.
We have a library upstairs that's again, enclosed with lots of books and kind of gives you a comfortable feeling. We have an editing bay where anybody who's here can go up, and it's got a sound booth so you can record audio. And in a time when people want to do blog posts and things like that all the time, it's nice to have those kinds of things available at your beck and call. And then most importantly, lots of different seating areas where it used to just be in the old days, you either sit at a desk in an office or sit at a desk in a cube, and that was it. Well, most of our people kind of move around, and kind of it adds variety. In fact, we have one station upstairs that's actually a walking desk. So you put your laptop on it and you can walk while you're working, and you can use your keyboard, and it's available to anybody. And then we made a bunch of basically phone booths where people can go in and sit down. They're double phone booths, so they're comfortable, they're not small. And they have wired for the internet and everything, and people can sit down and have a quick meeting with privacy, and they don't have to worry about grabbing a conference room. So adding variety, adding lots of public space so people can move around is different than most office buildings.
What kind of companies does El Camp attract?
So we initially started focusing on the sector of the marketing and technology sector, and that's a lot of businesses that have been moving into El Segundo are of that nature. And along the way, we've attracted a wide range of people. We have a filmmaker, we have a number of companies in the food sector, kind of new modern kinds of food companies. We have some social influencer companies, ad agencies, production companies, and then some other folks that are doing some top secret things that are kind of next-gen businesses. They haven't announced what they're doing, so I can't reveal that here, but they're working on interesting new things. And co-working lends itself for those kinds of early-stage companies who have small teams, want to be nimble, want to kind of keep it quiet, and they tend to want to come to these kinds of spaces to kind of get their footing while they start grow their business.
We actually moved in here when it opened back in 2015. We have a very, very small team. It's just me plus 2 other people. We just added another person this year. So we definitely wanted a place where we can all come and be around other people that were actually working. So being in an environment where other people are working, since we don't have a large team. So now I have work friends. It's really awesome. And that collaboration, being able to connect with other people and seeing other people every day is important.
Co-working spaces are even for larger companies. While the Robex corporate office is being remodeled, employees are setting up camp at, well, can you guess where?
We came and saw El Camp, and fell in love immediately. Everybody here was so fantastic and loved the feel and kind of the relaxedness, because that's kind of what Robex, our corporate office, is. It's really the synergy with the other tenants, the other people here, that we can talk, our marketing department can talk to another marketing department and really talk about great things that we could do together. It's a really unique opportunity to be able to work on your own in your own company, but have people around you that you can kind of bounce things off with and have coffee with and talk to.
Tell me about your membership packages. What's the range?
So they range on depending on what your wants and needs are. You can get a desk here in our main lobby area, which is about 5,000 square feet. It's unreserved, but it's $350 a month. A permanent desk is about $575 a month, and then offices range from $2,000 to $3,500 or thereabouts. And then we also allow people can rent conference rooms, so we have a lot of people do off-site meetings here. People come here and host events, so they use this lobby in our outdoor area for kind of larger scale events for 100 or 200 people.
It allows you to kind of expand and contract, and it's a pretty, efficient and cost-effective way to have an office. So if I add staff, I can just take on more memberships. So it made a lot of sense. It was, I could never be in an environment like this on my own and have all the amenities and support that I have. So it's great.
You couldn't go do this before when you had to sign a long lease and build out a fancy office space. And now you can move in for not a lot of money and have if it's great for you, you stay for a long time. If it doesn't work out in 90 days or a month, you move on to something else. But it provides tremendous flexibility.
At 360 Work Hub, not only can you cut down on your commute time, but you also get free parking. That's a big deal for a big city like Los Angeles, where parking can cost a pretty penny. 360 looks like a really cool space. Can you tell me some of the amenities you offer to people who are using memberships here?
Sure. So we offer phone booth usage, conference usage. Also, we have a shower here. We offer, we offer parking, free parking for our members and their guests. We also offer almost a full kitchen. We've got toaster oven, shared fridge, vending, coffee, tea. We have a small gym here, so we've got a lot of cool things to offer our members. We even have bikes to rent.
Wow. You mean to ride all over El Segundo?
Yes.
Hey, that's not too bad, right? You come to work thinking you're going to be at an office, but then maybe you just want to take off and get a little exercise around the city. Yeah. Can you tell me some of the companies that have taken you up on maybe a spot here at 360?
So some of our companies include G2 Travel Agency, Taha and Associates is here. We also got Hello Marketing here.
I'm one of the older tenants that's been here the longest, and I started out, they really helped me to continue to grow my business. I started out as just a flex member, and I would come in as needed, and it was great to meet in the conference rooms and take advantage of just the beautiful architecture, and so I've really loved it here. And then I just recently, my business has been expanding and growing, so I just recently rented a private office with a bigger space, and so it's been really great. I'm really enjoying it.
Tell me about your membership options. What are your hours, and then what are some of the packages that you offer?
Sure. So we've got our very first is a virtual. So basically, you would have a mailbox here, and you would get 1 day of access during normal business hours from 8 to 7 p.m., 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then after that, you'd start with a flex membership, which comes with 10 days of access, and during normal business hours, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then after that, a regular flex, which you would have a full month of access during normal business hours, and then you'd get a desk after that, dedicated desk, and then that one is, you could come during all hours, and then private office.
The price ranges for those packages?
Start from $50 per month, and then they go up to $350 for the desk, and then the offices range by how many people can fit in there.
Not a bad deal if you're talking about free parking and a gym. 360's staff also ensures a flowing and fun workday.
The support we provide, I think for the most part, is excellent customer service. If someone has an issue, that's been brought up, I want to help, attend to that, fix that, find a solution right away. That way they're happy, with the staff and the place. A lot of people in the community are looking for like events to go to, whether it's the weekend or with their kids. So, ideas such as like paint night here, or sip and wine, or any kind of like, or workshops and stuff like that. So I'm definitely open to suggestions. If anyone wants to reach out to 360 and talk to me, I'm definitely willing to work with the community to try to bring more of that here.
So here's a question. Can you actually get work done in a cool space that offers so many other cool things to do? Has a space like this helped with your work productivity?
100%. It is nice to bring my dogs here, and I definitely do that. But there's so many other distractions at home. And even though I do keep my home office, just because sometimes I like to burn the midnight oil and I want to be at home, it definitely helps to streamline my thought process, sort of keep that separation of church and state between, work and play, and my home and family life. So yeah, it's been really, really beneficial.
And why do you think El Segundo is such a great place to set up a co-working space?
El Segundo, next to San Francisco, has the highest startup per capita.
Wow, I did not know that. Why do you think?
I think some of the big corporations around here, people have more resources around here. You're next to, people that are doing well, so it's just a little bit more inspirational.
Why then does co-working work?
Well, there's a couple reasons. First of all, choice. People, if they have a choice, they'd rather work in a cooler space and be around more interesting people. And people realize that they spend more hours awake at work than they do in their personal time away from work. So why not make it pleasant? Secondly, the labor market is incredibly competitive. We're at 3.8% unemployment. It's a battle for talent. And if you want to win the battle for talent, you better have an appealing business and also have an appealing place to work, because that's where people are going to have to work all day. And so kind of the combination of science and study, many architecture firms are working on this, universities are working on this. How do we get more out of people and have them be happier and stay longer? And I think co-working does a great job of all those things.
So whether you need a desk, a creative space, or a community, or all three, co-working may be just what you need. For El Segundo TV, I'm Michelle Mizell Archer.